Low, low. Can y'all hear me out there? Awesome, awesome. Yeah. Sorry, first time with a live, so we gotta kind of, bear with me here. Louder and clear. Low. Let me see. Let me get this mic. How about now? Low. J. David Ortiz, how about now? We got it now? Testing, testing. Y'all hear me better now? Yeah? Perfect. All right. We got 18 viewers right now. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Again, we're starting with this new little project. We haven't been accepting any kind of contributions, any kind of advertising money. We're here for the community, not for anybody's interests or anybody's preference, or we don't accept money here right now. We're not set up for that. We're here just to bring you what the community is concerned about. Hold our community, our officials. That some are great people. We're here to hold them accountable. Hey, bring some good stuff here to Eagle Pass. I'm ready. Anybody wants to discuss anything before we get to the little list that I have here? If anybody wants to discuss anything right off the bat, something that's burning in you guys, that you guys want to talk about, that you want to hear, you want to discuss about, hit me up in the comments. We can go ahead and discuss it that way. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and go and speak a little bit about what we've been posting this past week. Talk about the issues that the Rising Texan has been bringing up. The several community issues, of course. A lot of this stuff is not something that I personally myself has been, hey, this is my thing. I want to do this. I want to do that. No, a lot of this concerns and community issues that we've been bringing up in the Rising Texan has to deal with the community that has concerns with, the city government, county government. We can talk a little bit about a bigger scale, but we don't want to get into that too much because we are here to discuss our local community, our local government, our city government, county government. We're here to talk about issues that are going around in the region as well. If anybody wants to discuss that, we can do that. And also just at the end, promote a little bit of the small businesses here. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is our small businesses in our local community, because just recently we did go through a terrible we did go through a terrible disappointing time where all of our electricity, all of our water, it was a disappointing time. I don't know about you guys out there. I know there was I think it was 54% of Maverick County was down. The number may be a little bit higher. We did have, I mean, I know myself, I was out of light, I was out of water. It was a difficult time. Hey, we were a little had to wear our face mask, our mask to cover ourselves, and it wasn't any more about the COVID. It was so we wouldn't catch a little smell here and there. But we're here to talk about the issues. Maybe some people aren't worried about the issues, but that's what we're here for. If you want to talk about something specifically, throw it out in the comments. We'll talk about it. I'll bring it up. I mean, we're not here to stop you from talking about issues. That's the main thing. We're not one way, we're not the other. We want to hear what the community needs to hear. Right off the bat, thank you again, Jay Ortiz, for letting us know, giving us a little mic check. I think he says we're able to hear clearly now. Let me see. Another comment, Ruben Ramos. How can we have a county judge who is not an attorney? Where is the justice there? Ruben, can you elaborate on that? How does that affect? Because I may kind of know the situation, but maybe if you put it in the comments, that way we can elaborate a little bit more on it. I believe that the county judge right now, the way the situation is, it's the way it's set up in the county. He presides over not only the administrative side, which is actually running the county, but also has the structure where he presides over certain is it criminal, Ruben? Cases that happen in the county. I think like DWIs, certain types of criminal proceedings that the county judge in Maverick County does have oversight. And I believe there's been given examples such as bigger cities where they actually split up the county judge position to where there's one. Let me see. Let me see. There's one where that goes over the administrative side of everything, which would be, running the county budget, maintenance, operations, vector control, streets, bridge, road and bridge, those types of items. And again, like the example in San Antonio, they have another judge that's actually takes care of the judicial side of everything, which the judicial side of everything as a judge, just like your district judge, it has a separate administrative, and then it has a separate judicial side where there the judicial judge is has oversight on items such as criminal cases, DWIs, things of that such. And I think what Ruben's trying to touch on that might be an issue where both of them. Let me see. I just want to say thanks to Ruben. He's throwing us little comments here, and he's letting the public know. And that's the main thing about all this is letting the community know, making them aware of the situations that we have here in the community, and we just want the best for the community. That's what it is in the long run, in the short run, in the middle run, is what's best for our community, the community, Eagle Pass, Maverick County, and the surrounding areas, of course. But right now we're focused on Maverick County, city of Eagle Pass. Let's see, Maverick County hasn't had a trial for any misdemeanors in over 10 years. Wow. Okay. And let me see. County Court at Law. Okay. Thank you, Ruben, again. Now, County Court of Law, just like Valverde and Bexar County they have two separate county judges, and one is a County Court of Law, which presides over misdemeanors and such trials if anything happens here local in the county. And then you have the other side, which would be, I believe, an administrative judge. And the administrative judge handles the maintenance, operations, road and bridge, parks and recreation. That's a hot topic we're going to talk about later. Parks and recreation in Merritt County. And just like I'm saying, right now, the Merritt County, the way the situation is, the Merritt County judge does preside over both of those sides. Now, Ruben was nice enough with a comment to correct us, to let us know Valverde County and Bexar County are good examples of how that county judge position is split into a judicial side, county court of law, and then maintenance side, which, as I explained, both of those operations are two separate things. But here in Maverick County, we have just one presiding over both. And I mean, community, take it as who you want to take it. I'm not here to give you your opinion. I'm here to give you the information. What you do with your opinion is your opinion. We're here to give you the information. Now, let me see. Any J. David Ortiz, any news on the supposed rising costs on the sports complex? Oh, wow. That's an issue. I know from my times when I worked with the city of Eagle Pass. I worked for the city of Eagle Pass for about 13 years. I started as a maintenance in the public works department, worked my way up to being a director with the grant. I was the grant administrator. I was the director of the grants out there. I know that was an issue. It hadn't started the construction yet. I know back in that time there was discussion of where the sports complex would be. the location of it. I know there was a strong push also for having it at Fort Duncan, which I mean, given the location with the bridge and all that, it just wasn't a feasible place. J. David Ortiz, I wouldn't be able to comment honestly. I don't like to just talk and say for instances or give out facts that I really don't know. Let's see. Oh man, you're kidding me. I'm actually using Spectrum Internet. I'm cutting off. Thank you for letting me know. Am I still cutting off? Is it the voice? Is it the video? What exactly is cutting me off? I have Wi-Fi here. I've never dealt with an issue. This is the first time I do live, so I'm not sure if I'm getting bad reception or not. Let me see here. Well, I'm going off of Wi-Fi here. I'm trying not to cut off, not doing that on purpose. Is it still doing any cut off or anything like that? Let me see. It's pausing too much. Let me see. I'm looking at myself here in a video. It kind of looks, yeah, it kind of looks like I'm chopping up a little bit, right? Man. That's first live video, first Facebook live issues, right? um, what do y'all think? I mean, should I try to open up? It's good on your end, J. David Ortiz. Maybe it might be just certain areas or something. Um, I don't want to hold too much up. I apologize if it is going bad or anything like that. Of course, it's not anything on my end. I have pretty strong Wi-Fi service here. Oh man, let me see. Carlos de los Santos, sorry about that. I think Kim Pine also chimed in. Sorry about that. I'm trying, restart the live. Is that? Oh man, you see, there's several good. Okay, do we take a vote here, or would that be the proper thing to do? Restart the live, do another vote. I got two good on my ends, and I got yeah, my brother out there. We just want transparency on how the city is run, and on my end, sounds good, brother. All right, thank you, bro. Yeah, if you guys can, I would really had. We have 30 people watching on right now. I would hate to, go off and then come back in. Maybe if you guys, Ruben Flores, thank you for letting us know, Ruben. Maybe if you guys try coming in and out, maybe that'll help a little bit. Let me know if we have to. Sierra Flores, is that right? Yeah, thank you very much. For me, you are not cutting off. Your voice and lips are not in sync. Ah, man, I might talk a little bit too fast, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying. Okay. All right. Thank you, Luis Filan, for letting me know. Guys, and this is my bad. I'll go ahead and take the blame for this one. I'm not sure what's going on. Like I said, this is my first time that I do a live out here. So I'm kind of trying to just bring you what we can. It ends up turning into a podcast where you guys just hear me. I got your comments here, and the main thing, like I said, is just what our community wants to hear. A little background on me again. I worked for the City of Eagle Pass for 13 years. I worked with the Public Works Department. I worked with the Finance Department. To ultimately, they created a grant administration grant department, which I did head up. All right, thanks, Carlos. Appreciate it, man. And I worked with the county for about a year, where I was the director for grants for the sheriff's department, and I also had a brief moment as the interim planning director. I also worked with the city of Del Rio as their grant writer. Great guys out there in Del Rio, just like we have here. And so I know a little bit about local government here and there, until I kind of decided to make my own grant consulting company. And the reason why we made this Rising Texan thing is just for the community, man. I mean, I'm not getting anything out of this. I haven't. You can ask anybody I advertise right now. There are people that send me pictures. Hey, can you give us a shout out on the page? And that's what I'm doing right now. we're not structured to take any payments or anything like that, and this is not what this is about at this moment right now. We're trying to get the word out to our community, what is going on in our community, because at the end of the day, we as we can blame these politicians, we can blame a mayor, we can blame a councilman, we can blame a county judge, we can blame a commissioner, but at the end of the day, it's us. It's us that goes and votes and lets our voice heard. And this is what this is about. It's to give our community, the people in our community, their voice. I understand that maybe some of us are not, and I am not either. Like again, I said, thank you to Ruben for reminding me of how that whole separation on Valverde County and Bexar County, the way they conduct their county judge and splitting it up into two parts. And between us, all of us here in the community, we need to be holding our community accountable, and that goes with the elected officials as well as those in charge of specific departments with the city and within the county. And that's what we're here for. We're trying to get the word across. I'm trying to give you guys as much information, factual information with every source possible. I'm not out here trying to convince you guys of anything. That's not my deal. It's basically trying to give you guys the information. What you do with the information is it's totally up in your hands. I think I've addressed every comment so far that we have here. Let me see. Thank you, Edgar. Thank you, my homeboy Vale Guerrera. Hey, boy, we go back since high school. That guy could catch a football, let me tell you. Anyways, thanks for letting me know, guys. First thing I want to talk about, let's see. We've already called a debate. Now, this is a debate that nobody has seen here in Eagle Pass. What I want to do is get your comments, your questions that you guys directly want to ask the candidates for running mayor. We have the incumbent Luis Cifuentes is our mayor. He just recently got I'm getting into that here. Thank you very much. Luis Cifuentes, who's our incumbent, he just recently got approved, and he's still in the running. So that comes down from the Court of Appeals. And he's going to be in the race, so we're going to have a mayor race. It's not just hey, it's a one pony show anymore. We're going to have a mayor race. Now, thank you for asking, Edgar. We do have a confirmation from Rolando Salinas. Rolando Salinas did call us. He let us know that he will be available the first week of April. And we haven't heard anything from Luis Cifuentes. So, Mayor Luis Cifuentes, if you're out there, the community wants to hear from you, and they deserve it. They deserve it. I understand you may have be committed to other debates, and whoever's having other debates out there, any kind of news media, I respect that. Go ahead and do what you need to do. What we're gonna do here, these questions are not gonna come from me. These questions are not gonna be known. We are not going to tell the incumbent mayor, Luis Cifuentes, or we're not going to tell the challenger, Rolando Salinas. We're not going to tell them what you guys want to know from them. To me, I feel that if everything is prepared, anybody can hit a home run off a tee. So what we're going to do is it's going to be totally in the blind. If they accept, like I said, all right, Edgar's dropping some knowledge on us. A couple of years ago, he says, I tried to set up a debate for the county race and the judicial district judge race. I wasn't aware of that, Edgar, but you're a good man for trying to do something like that. Let me tell you. Again, sorry to get a little sidetracked, but what we're doing here is we're doing something that I believe, that I know is something very different. The community is going to ask the questions. We have our email, the Rising Texan, at gmail.com. Send us your questions. It's anonymous if you want. If I figure out this live Facebook thing, we'll go ahead and bring them on, and we'll have you come on and ask ask them the question yourself. So we can do it either that format. We can do it, you send me the question, we keep it anonymous. All I ask is that we keep it, just keep it, respectful. We got to be respectful. We got to respect each other's ideas. We got to. That's the way best government comes out. Now, send us your comments. You can also WhatsApp us your question. Is that how you say WhatsApp us? A WhatsApp message. It's 830-968-3419. And you can send us some your info, not your info, but your question. I'm writing down questions. We've received several questions already, and we'll try to kind of consolidate and see what questions are like and not alike. And we'll go ahead and try to address them to both the mayor and the mayor candidate, Mayor Luis C. Fuentes and Rolando Salinas, the challenger, and just to keep them, I don't want to say on check, but so we can give them something, questions from directly from the community, not anything I want to hear again. Now, there's a bunch of questions that I want to ask, of course, but we're going to keep it to where our community is getting their answers, their questions answered. That way, when we go and vote, you have an insight into what these candidates want to do. Your questions, you should get the answers, and then you follow up with your vote, your voice. That's the way it's done. That's the way it should be done. Now, I understand necessarily maybe it wasn't done that way previously, but I think the community is at the point where we just want to be heard. That's what the Rising Texan is about. It's about you guys, the community. And I thank you all for the support that you had given us, the Rising Texan, and the support you give to the community in general. I just want to say right quick before I forget, small businesses, a lot of small businesses that have come up and met the challenges that this past week have brought us. We were declared a disaster from the White House. There is a lot of assistance out there right now. If you haven't gotten any word of how to use the assistance, I know Elevated Project Group, we have a little video for the disaster assistance. It's simple, guys. The video wasn't a how-to. It was just to show you how simple it is to hop online, have the required documents, and you fill it out 15 minutes tops. And it's for you guys. I mean, this money, what happens if we don't apply for it? It gets reallocated, it gets collected and reallocated to something else. So Maverick County, I know we suffered out there. I was one of y'all. We were there without light 4 or 5 days, without clean water 4 or 5 days. I mean, I think we just got lifted the boil water notice just got lifted earlier today, of not maybe yesterday. And, it's the same. Both of us, I mean, y'all out here watching, we got 31 on live right now. I suffered the same exact thing that you guys did, So keeping in that theme, let me go by the comments and see. Rodolfo Banda, hey, what's going on, man? Carlton Kid, Snack Masters and Tin Masters. Let's give a shout out to Snack Masters and Tin Masters. Give a little promo. I haven't gone to Tin Masters, but Snack Masters, man, they're coming up with snacks that no one has out there. All right. I do want to give a shout out to some of the small businesses that have supported the Rising Texan with moral support. Again, we're not taking any money, but they have been there, just giving us support, giving us, hey, you're doing a good job. And that goes a long way for anybody. If anybody follows me in my Facebook page, I always try to be as positive as possible. There may be some, things that I try to keep either the county or the city accountable for what they're doing out there, and that's a different point. But supporting each other is the best thing our community can do, especially during hard times, And I want to give a shout out to Martinez Barbershop, my friend out there, Aframayel. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. The Wagon Wheel Smokehouse and Saloon. Oh man, I had some fajitas out there. Wow, delicious, guys. If you haven't gone, I highly recommend. Cooters, hey, pizza, wings, Cooters. Oh yeah, and I think they have alcohol too, just whenever you want to stop by. I also want to give a shout out to my brother out there in the Moonlight Ballroom. They're having a comedy night March the 5th. Hit them up. We got a clown and El Rabbit. I haven't seen them personally, but I hear nothing but good stuff. So if you have some time, need a night of comedy, go out and show them some love. Give a shout out to the law offices of Edgar H. Juarez. Thank you, Edgar, for watching. We appreciate it and helping us out get everything right. Ray Vasquez. Yeah, and I think Ray Vasquez said it perfectly, and I think there was another comment as well. Transparency and accountability. At the end of the day, that's what everything comes back to is transparency and accountability, because that's the only way a community can keep check of these public entities. And I don't want to touch too much, but everybody remembers what happened about 10 years ago in the county. And I myself, as a citizen of this county, was very embarrassed about what happened. I mean, it was an unfortunate situation, but I'm telling you, as somebody, I mean, I lived very briefly outside of this county, outside of this city. People see, and they can't. I mean, it's something where you can't hide, and it reflects on us as a community, as people in this community. Whenever we leave this community, you tell somebody, I'm from Eagle Pass, maybe not, you know, I'm from, you know, Maverick County. Oh, Maverick County, is that where they arrested the 4 commissioners, all these contractors? I think it was a total of like 20 something people that got arrested. And, you know, God forgive them, they do their time. I mean, you pay your price, you do whatever you have to do, and that's that, right? But I would really hate for our community to have to go through something like that again. I really do. And a lot of, I think I share, the community shares a lot of that sentiment as well, because we're trying to avoid something like that happening with sharing our voice and going out there and voting. That's very important, very important. We have this election right now going on with City Council, I think place 4. We have 3 candidates there. And a very important position also is the City of Eagle Pass Mayor, where we have 2 candidates. It was going to be a 1 race, but now it's 2. We do have a confirmation from Rolando Salinas. He will be available the first week of April. We have yet to hear back from incumbent Mayor Luis C. Fuentes. We would like to hear from him soon. Mayor Cifuentes, if you'd like to get in contact with us, there's several ways we can get in contact with us. We're waiting to hear from you. It's not just me that's waiting to hear from you, it's our community. And at the end of the day, it's not me. I'm only 1 vote, but the community is going to be voting. They're going to be watching. So if you like anything to say to them, again, our format's going to be something where we have questions in the blind. It's not going to be anything that they're going to be prepared for. And I think most people that have been reading some of the information, some of the blogs, well, I wouldn't call it a blog. Some of the stuff I put out here on Facebook and our page, it's not anything that some of these other people are asking. Some of the other news medias out there. I don't want to call anybody out, but sorry about that, folks. Let's take a look at the comments here. Let's see what people are saying, because again, this is about you guys. This is about your voice. Your voice is gonna be heard. That's what we want. That's the point of the Rising Texan, to let your voice be heard. You are the most important people in this community. Well, the only people in this community, actually. You're more important than a mayor than you elect. You are more important than councilmen you elect, because you are, at the end of the day, you are the people who decide who get to make the decisions. And if you're not holding them accountable, then that's on us. That is on us. So right now what we're doing is we're trying to hold them accountable. We're trying to let people get informed about the issues. So if you have some issues, drop them on the comments, please. And we'd love to talk about it. This is interactive. I mean, I don't come in here with a script. I have some maybe bullet points that try to keep me on track. But this is your show. This is for you guys, not me. I mean, I'm not getting paid to be on here. I'm not a radio station. I'm not monetizing this in any way. I'm here for you guys to talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know what you're concerned. If I have any insight that from my experiences, I'll go ahead and share. I'm not tied to anybody. I am not afraid of anybody. I mean, that's something that I've always been a strong person about. That we need to make our voices heard, regardless of any repercussions that we might think that we're gonna incur. If you don't let your voice be heard, no one's gonna care at the end of the day. Let's see. We got a comment from Miss Selena. Man, this lady, she's great, guys. If you haven't gone to the Wagon Wheel Smokehouse and Saloon, please stop by. Paco out there and Miss Selena, they're the nicest people, nicest big heart people, and they just want what's good for the community, and they want to make sure you have your stomach full with their awesome barbecue. Let's see what she says. The shady behavior and actions have been going on for years. I agree with you. I agree. Favoritism is very apparent. It's a shame. Favoritism. That's something that I would like to talk about. Shop local. Thank you. Sierra Flores. Am I saying your name correctly? I would hate to say it incorrectly. Sierra, is that correct? Am I pronouncing it correct? Please let me know. Hey, thanks, Enrique. We appreciate your support. Edgar, you're right, Edgar. Yeah, I can't. Let's not take too many jabs, but we remember what happened. We remember. It was 10 years ago. I was in my early 20s, but it hit close to a lot of us in the community. A lot of us in the community were either relatives or knew these people that were doing something like that. And from what I heard, it was kind of a real bad secret that nobody could keep, and ultimately they paid the price for it. And I believe some of them might still be paying for the price of it, and some of them might not. Now, something like that is something you have to wear on you for the rest of your life, and I'm no one to judge anybody in that position. They did do wrong. We do hold our public officials at a different standard than everyday member of the community. That's how it goes, and I understand that because people entrust the decisions that affect our community so much with these people. So I totally agree. These public officials, city, county, even going up, state representatives, Congress, all the way up to there, need to be held accountable, because ultimately we're the ones who vote for them, and we're the ones who trust them to do the right thing at the end of the day. It's best to call them out. Julio, I think a lot of people do know who these people are. It's not that I'm reserving, it's not that I'm afraid, or I don't want to call them out or anything like that. I just, it's their thing. Whatever they did, it's not anything that they can hide from. It's a Google search away. They know what they did, the former commissioners out there, and it's their thing. You know what I mean? I don't agree with it. Absolutely, I do not agree with it. But I mean, you're right. It might be best to call them out. Here, we're not trying to take any jabs other than inform the community, let the community make the decision on themselves. But I do share your sentiment. I mean, I feel you, bro. I feel you. These people did us wrong, and they're being held accountable at a different level. Ruben, thank you. I appreciate it, man. It's a double-edged sword type of thing. I know I'm gonna probably have a mark on my back pretty soon, and you know what? I think that's okay with me. Working with the city, working with the county, I kind of feel that I always had that little mark on the back of my that little red dot that's following me around, and it's all right. I don't have any ties to anybody. I'm not getting paid from anybody. I don't have to worry about seeing my boss at the end of the day or anything like that. And that's what is just the whole thing of this, is that I know some people that are in these public entities that are just dying to tell us stuff. They're dying to tell us stuff. And I remember being in that position myself. That's part of the reason why I came out, and I'm trying to make my own businesses. I'm trying to do as much as I can for my community, to show that not necessarily do you have to be an elected in one of these elected positions to make an impact in our community. And I saw that most recently with our weather event, where small businesses were coming up at their own costs. At their own cost. Nobody's reimbursing them for the food they gave out, for the food, for the plates, for the time, for the employees they had to pay to prepare food, to give away items. There's no one reimbursing them. The city, the county, nobody has said, hey, we saw what you did, small businesses. Let's pay you back for that. No. And at the end of the day, I don't think these small businesses, not that they don't care about getting reimbursed, but at the end of the day, it was from the goodness of their hearts that they rose up to the challenges that we had. You know, I mean, it was unprecedented. I didn't. I'm 35 years old, so I've never seen anything quite like that, where power goes out and everything. I might be wrong. Our older audience might be able to let us know if there was anything like that in the past, let's say 50 years or so, 60 years. Let us know in the comments if there has been. I think this kind of was an eye-opener for a lot of us. And I do want to, one of our stories that we did break is I do want to thank the Ramos family and their volunteers. Big Ed, we saw you, Big Ed. We saw you out there, Big Ed. And Big Ed, he's a business owner too. And the Ramos family, Commissioner Precinct 3, Olga Ramos, I saw them in their own vehicles. One of the stories that we did have here in the Rising Texan, I saw them use their own vehicles, their own equipment, not only to serve the precinct where Miss Olga is our commissioner, but they were on the other side of town, and it wasn't just them. They'll be the first to tell you it wasn't just them out there. But I appreciate that response. It's very rare where you see people able to step up without having their hands open, expecting something, And I understand we live in hard times, but it takes a special type of person, which we all are, to step up and be in the position where they want to help and without having resources from anywhere else, a city, a county, because they do have deeper resources than most of us here locally, and for them to take time from their hands, resources from their hands, it was just something special, and I do want to recognize that, as I do want to recognize everything special that our small businesses did. There was a lot of community members that I saw on Facebook, on our compra y vendos and everything, offering free plates, free lunches. Shout out to those people who were offering their homes. They had light, they had water, and they offered rooms to people that didn't have anywhere else to go. And wow, man, I mean, I was just, I don't want to say I was shocked, but it just overwhelmed me with emotions, because I guess I never realized how much love we have in this community, given our past history with all this negativity, and that's what I would like to bring, some positive information to you guys, and also hold accountable those people that are not necessarily having our best interest at heart. Thank you, Sierra. I don't want to say your name wrong. Thank you for letting me know. Let me see. Rosie Whitlers, there are some rumors about county leadership threatening to fire employees if they don't support certain incumbent candidates. Oh, okay. This is down wrong. If it is happening, yes, I do want to touch on that. We did share one of our county attorney, Jaime A.J. Iracheta. And I do want to thank him for supporting our county employees. There has been long reported rumors. I have reached out to some people. Hey, if you guys are being threatened, let the Rising Texan know, because we'll go ahead and put it out there too. But I do want to give major props, mad props to our county attorney. I'm sorry, county judge must be thinking about me right now, huh, Judge? Our county attorney, AJ Iracheta. Hey, bro, thank you for protecting our people, man. It's difficult working in a public entity such as the county and being threatened if you don't pull some votes or don't contribute to their causes, even though you don't necessarily agree with them. I can share the sentiment being in working for public entities, city, county, city of Del Rio. Although I never encountered that directly, but there is a sense of culture where you can't really you don't want to say anything opposing to those who are your bosses, and I totally share that. And that, yes, Rosie Willers, you are absolutely right, that is wrong. We live in the United States of America, where we are all free. We have a freedom of speech, right? News leader, Eagle Pass news leader, little shout out to them. Unblock Isaac Ruiz from Eagle Pass Newsletter, Freedom of Speech. On to the next, on to the same point. Yes, you're right, Miss Rosie Willers. We should not be held to a different standard as any other community member. We shouldn't be forced or intimidated into voting one way or the other, because at the end of the day we need to be voting who's right, who we feel is going to progress our community. And I just want to say, we'll touch down on that. And again, I will say thank you to our county attorney, Jaime AJ Iracheta. Thank you very much for stepping up for our county employees and just giving them a sense of security, and for them to be able to feel defended. And if something like that is happening, like I said, I cannot confirm it. Yes, you're right, there are rumors, but whether it's confirmed or not, I don't want to say. And again, I'll say it because I promised one thing whenever we do these the Rising Texan stuff, is that we're going to come with you with facts. We're going to come with you with sources. And it's not anything to sway your opinion. It's to make up your own opinion. We give you guys facts. We give you guys proof. We give you guys, screenshots if it is. We give you guys links to look up this information yourself if it's anything we share. And at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own opinion. And I think we have a lot of trouble with that here locally with our news media. And that's why I wanted to do something different here where, hey, I'm just bringing you what the truth is, what you handle the truth, because the truth perspective can go either way, however you want to think about it. And that's your opinion. That's your God-given right, your country-given right to have your own opinion. Make up your opinion, not given to you by anybody else other than your own mind, your own heart. You come up with your opinion. Not try to throw anyone under the bus. What's the take on local? Edgar. Edgar wants us to tell us, let's see, Jose Rodriguez, thank you. Facts. Appreciate the love, brother. Not trying to throw anyone under the bus. What's your take on those local online print news? They are so one-sided. I'll go ahead and touch on it, Edgar, since you brought it up. I don't really like to attack too much. I just want to bring out the truth. And this is very factual because it did happen to me. The reason why I guess Edgar is kind of bringing it up, I challenged the Eagle Pass news leader with one of their, well, it was multiple articles or posts that they put on Facebook. Number one was they claimed that Monica Cruz, nothing against Monica Cruz, nothing at all. I have not spoken to this lady, and later on we'll probably see if she can join us for a debate with, of course, Miss Mari Carmen Perales and another candidate, Leroy Oresti, the three of them. I would like to have them in the same kind of format that we're proposing here for the mayors, Luis Fuentes, and for Mayor Luis Fuentes and Rolando Salinas. But one of the reasons that I think I got blocked was for challenging them on a post that they put that Monica Cruz was a leading candidate for City Council Place 4. Again, nothing against her. I have not. I did hear the recent interview she had on the radio station, 94.3 mega, I believe. I was listening to her radio interview. But other than that, I haven't had any ties with her, any talks with her, nothing like that. But and it's not her fault. I mean, as far as I know, it's not her fault. But the Eagle Pass news leader needs to be careful with what they put out because that's very media manipulation, manipulative, where the media is trying to tell you what to believe. Now, all I did was question, do you have any polls? You know, because usually media will say, hey, this is the poll numbers we did. And if they did a poll, hey, no problem. But I think we should have those poll numbers for a news media to call somebody a leading candidate. Now, I know a lot of people like to say Eagle Pass and County, their popularity contests when it comes to voting. And maybe to a certain extent that's true. But when a news media comes out and says someone's a leading candidate with one vote not being casted, not one vote casted. Actually, we're not in early voting. We're not anything. There's no poll numbers, and that's what I asked first. Is where are the poll numbers at? Let me see these polls that should be the reason that you're calling them the leading candidate. Unfortunately, if you guys follow my personal Facebook page, I was blocked. And it's unfortunate. I was blocked. Hey, I still have another Facebook account where we're watching you, Eagle Pass News Leader. We're still watching. But, I mean, to me, I don't think anybody should be blocked from that. As long as you're being respectful, which I believe I was. I didn't call anybody out. All I said was, hey, where are these polls? Why are you calling them a leading candidate when there's no evidence to support that? Another real quick article that they posted was they put out it might have been the same post where they said the registration for candidates was closed and that Rolando Salinas was going to be the only candidate for the mayor. And then the very next day, they come out with, oh, hey, because of this Court of Appeals, Mayor Luis Cifuentes will be allowed to run. Now, to me, you need to kind of wait a little bit before, if you think that might come up or if that issue's dead. But like if you're reporting something and you're not retracting that statement officially, then you're reporting two different things. And then in one day in the other. I mean, where's the integrity? Now, I mean, it goes back to the same one that I was saying about the leading candidate, is that what are you trying to give out to the community? The community is the one that needs to know the facts. Now, I know there's a lot of news that have their opinion sections, and that's all well and everything. But when it comes down to news, that needs to be straight facts for the public, and it's up to the public to determine how they feel about it. You know, it's your opinion, not mine. I'm just bringing you the facts. And hey, news leader, I have nothing against you guys at all. You guys report the news how you want to report it, but there's people out here that want to hear the truth, not what you think, or not where that money thinks, what the money thinks, you know. And at the end of the day, I mean, people see. Go check out their go check out their newspaper. You tell me, is there more ads or is there more news articles? I'll leave it at that. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the comments. And guys, I had these little points already out for me, but I want to thank everybody right now. Before I forget, the comments are leading this whole live. And thank you guys. I mean, you guys are giving me more that I haven't even had to look back at my little cheat sheet out over here of discussions that I wanted to, bring up, stir up a little conversation, discussion. But you guys are doing great. I just want to thank the community. Again, thank you for all those heroes during last week. Our firefighters, our police department, our sheriff's department, our AEP did a great job. Waterworks did a great job. Natural gas, the Lipsons out there, thank you guys for providing natural gas. From what I hear, that they never lost service, which is something that we should kind of look at in the future. But I just want to thank you guys all for the community at large. Those people that were giving out their rooms, their houses, opening their doors to strangers, opening up their kitchens to strangers, small businesses. You guys were great, and that just gave me so much pride in my community. That gave me pride in my community because we are good people, regardless of what some of the things that have happened in our community. We have very good people, and sometimes it takes a winter storm like we had to bring out the love we have inside. And I just want to thank y'all again, individuals, small businesses, the public entities that responded and responded the right way. Thank you guys. Let's get back to these comments. Oscar, yes, the truth. I think at the end of the day, Oscar, what we all want is the truth. We all seek the truth. Um, we want what's best for our community. You know, one thing that I've heard, and I share the sentiment very much, is that one of these days I'm not going to be around. And what's going to be left from me are my kids. You know, my kids are going to be the ones that, if they stay in this community, are going to have to live with what we leave behind. And that's what's very important. And that's what some people at the end of the day should think. Hey, what kind of place am I living? What kind of city am I leaving? What kind of county am I leaving for my kids? Man, because we're not going to be around as parents. I have three beautiful kids. Just a real quick shout out to my Chloe, my Lex, my Cara. Daddy loves you. Sorry about that, guys. And at the end of the day, it's our kids that are gonna inherit, you know, our what we leave behind. So just have that awareness where, hey, I mean, what we leave behind is our kids. We're one of these days we're not gonna be here. It's gonna be our kids and grandkids. What kind of legacy are we leaving for them? Um, let's see, Ray Vasquez, the constituents need to have the we are the employer mentality because that's the way. No, absolutely, absolutely, and I think that's what we're kind of beating on here is that we are the we are the ones that hire the mayor position. We are the ones that hire the city council. We are the ones that hire the county judge. We are the ones that hire the county commissioners. And at the end of the day, state representatives, we are the ones that hire the people in Congress. And you need to absolutely hold these people accountable for anything they do, any projects they bring. I was going to touch down on one of those projects, but you guys are doing great on the comments. Um, the projects they bring, the programs they bring, the lead, because these are supposed to be our leaders. And we want to be inspired by our leaders. We want to be led by our leaders. That's why we go to vote for these leaders. Now, from what I've gotten from a lot of the community is that not necessarily have these leaders inspired us to go back and vote for them the next time around. And that's something that, you know, why we're here. We're here to bring this to light. We're here to give you your voice again, give you your time. I'm just think of me as I'm a vessel. I'm nobody special. I'm no different than you guys. Nothing at all. I'm just here to make sure that we hold these people accountable and we make the right decision based on debates, based on what they're trying to do. Whenever I do, and if I do get to interview these candidates, believe me, I am not going to give them I'm not gonna let them breathe. Let's say it that way. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna ask them about the issues. And you know, thank God I worked with the city. I worked for the county, so I have local government in my head, and I do know a little bit about the issues. But you guys are the ones that are gonna be given these questions, so we can help hold these guys accountable and see what it is they really have for us in the future. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are gonna dictate what happens whenever they're in there. They already once they're sitting down in that chair, it's real hard to hold them accountable. Where we hold them accountable is right now, before an election is done. That's when we can hold them accountable. That's when we can tell them, hey, we want to vote for the best candidate. And that's what we're doing here right now. This is what this is all about, holding them accountable, making sure they know that we have a voice out here and we want to get things done, what's right for the community. Danny Cruz, Rage for the Machine. That's an awesome song, man. Awesome song. Yeah. I hear you, Julio. What happens? A threat when Janie know are a threat and can take their place. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see. Name the main members of the old political evil machine that's been in place since the 70s. Hmm. Jose Ramos, if you'd like to enlighten us a little bit, I was born in 1985, so the 70s is a little bit out of my range. Um, I can tell you we've had a few, let's see, who's the longest standing member right now on the council? I think with the city, it's limited. I know our mayor, Luis Fuentes, just got a temporary stay to be able to run. He's been a long-standing member. I think he has over 8 years or close to those 8 years. So that's interesting. I know Mayor Cantu couldn't run anymore because of that same ruling that where he couldn't be able to run anymore because he reached his limits. But the 70s, hey, Jose Ramos, if you'd like to enlighten us, let us know. I mean, we'd like to know who are those from the 70s, if anybody knows. Like I said, that was a little bit out of my time. Right now, I can probably give you the ones that have been in the past 10 years, which are, I think, the ones I just commented on right now. Ruben Ramos. Ooh, that's interesting. This is coming from Ruben Ramos. He's saying that Commissioner Precinct 3 Olga Ramos requested resources during our winter situation, that she requested resources and that she was shut down. So we took it in our own hands. And I think I was congratulating them or thanking them for what they did. And anybody can go back on my page and see the posts where I did post, because I think it's something that needs to be brought to light. But now Mr. Ramos is telling us that Olga Ramos from Precinct 3 requested a water truck and assistance for Precinct 3. She was shut down, apparently. This is according to Mr. Ruben Ramos. And they needed to act for their constituency. And again, mad respect for the Ramos family for taking it upon their own hands without any assistance from the county, from what Ruben Ramos is telling us. And we did see about 2 or 3 days later, the county did respond out to Precinct 2. They took some very nice pictures posing. They looked happy out there, joined some menudo as well, from what I saw from the pictures. But I did not know that. Thank you for letting us know. Apparently, Olga Ramos did request those resources and she was denied. But yet, they popped up later on. Like I said, according to the comments, it's not anything I'm making up. I'm going by these comments. And that's just the situation that it is. If you want to go on my page and read the article that I put, I do have screenshots of the Facebook posts with a little bit of a timeline. I did not know that background where Miss Olga Ramos did request those, apparently, and was denied those resources, but those resources did show up with Menudo in Precinct 2. Thank you, Ruben Ramos. I mean, I know it takes a lot for some of us to say some stuff like that. Just because of retribution, just because of retaliation and everything. And I know about retaliation. I did work with the city of Eagle Pass. So thank you. We appreciate that. Jose Ramos is saying, do you think it's right for Maverick County Probation Office to be demanding $60 per month when I don't even reside in Maverick County? I'm assuming you mean that you have that you are in probation and they're receiving some kind of compensation. I guess it's kind of like a courtesy look over you since you're not in the county wherever your case is. Man, I guess that's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. It's where they are spending resources to take a look after you, I guess. And then it might be from another county, but who's actually doing the time? I guess that's a double-edged type of thing where we can go either way with it. Jose Ramos, but I think normally the way it is done, it's a courtesy, and they do it so you don't have to be driving over there or wherever it is outside the county, outside of Maverick County. I think it's a courtesy. I've never heard them charging, so this is the first time you're telling me. I don't like to comment on things that I really don't know unless you're bringing it up, so I'm talking about it, right? But I really don't have the insight. I did have some friends that got into a trouble back in the day, and from what I remember, it's just I don't think they ever charged anything. I could be wrong though. I'm just going off what the comments that you're making here. Cifuentes, Henry Reese says Cifuentes needs to pound sand. Pound sand. I'm not familiar with that term. It doesn't sound too good. It doesn't sound too good, but that's what Henry Reese says. Cifuentes needs to pound sand. Let's see. Thanks for your comment, though, Henry. In my opinion, they're all a bunch of rats trying to steal. Ooh. Jose Ramos, I'll go ahead and say your opinion just in case they don't read the comments. In your opinion, they're all a bunch of rats trying to steal from law-abiding senior citizens that don't even live in Merritt County. Again, I mean, if you want to talk to me after the live, we can, and we can try to see what we can figure out and what's factual and what's not. I don't really know about the situation, so I don't want to comment. Again, earlier when Ruben Ramos was talking about another comment about the resources in the county, I didn't know what he added to a post that what we already had going in our page, but I would need to look into that to go a little bit deeper with that. Whoa, okay. Jose Ramos is throwing out that our city cops are a bunch of liars, thieves as well. Ya están como las chotas de pies negras. Well, I mean, that's your opinion. I do know that a lot of people here have had one side or the other with the police department, sheriff's department. I believe I heard a comment just not too long ago. And guys, we're probably going to close down the live in about 10, 20 minutes, an hour and a half. I want to appreciate you guys being on here. You guys are great. I can really probably talk for a couple of more hours. It turns out that I'm pretty good at talking, not about anything special, but just talking in general. But I do want to say that it was unfortunate. This was one of the bullet points that I had for our police department, Jose Ramos. I mean, I'm sorry you're dealing with whatever situation you are, and you are right to a certain extent. There are some bad cops out there, and it's just like anywhere else. It's the same thing with public officials. It's the same thing with community members. There's good and there's bad. There's always that balance, and that balance is always continuous. There's always that balance. But one thing I do want to say, it was unfortunate the way our city cops had to work over this past week with no light. I took a picture. It's on our page. Go ahead and take a look at it if you want. I took that picture personally myself, and it's the firefighters. Nothing against the firefighters. They need light just as much as the police department needed light. I just think it's unfair and not unfair. Putting them against each other. They're both our brothers. They're our brothers and sisters in red, brothers and sisters in blue. They're the same thing to me. They're public responders, as well as those from Public Works. I do want to give them a shout out because those guys are out there and they don't necessarily get the same being first responders incentive that the police department and the fire department get. But I think both the police and the fire department can confirm that these guys from Public Works are out there taking care of us whenever a situation where it's required to be a first responder. Ambulances for doctors as well, nurses, thank you very much for your response over the past week and through the whole pandemic of COVID-19 that's been tragic in our community. But I do want to say it was pretty bad being out there. It looked like a ghost town, the police department, and I just want to. I mean, I know it's not my, it's not me, it's not you, but I do want to say I'm sorry to the police department that had to work under those conditions. I know I was very limited in my home with no light. I just can't imagine how they were running. Um, Difficult times, right? But again, it's a balance. It's a balance, and I'm glad the fire department did have light and was able to conduct business as they needed to. But our police department, our brothers and sisters in blue, also deserve to have their light on. I mean, I was very limited in my home, as many of us were. I couldn't imagine how they had to deal with that situation. Let's go a little bit on. Uh, Rosie Wheelers, yes, somebody got to use those resources. I'm not sure about the during the time, the same time span when they were requested, but I did. The Rising Texan did notice 2 days later, we did see a water truck and county employees out there in Precinct 2 delivering water to the residents of Precinct 2. And I'm glad the residents out there in Precinct 2 got water. I do know the Ramos family and other volunteers, apart from the Ramos family, they were out there also trying to give water to those residents that didn't have any water in Precinct 2. But and you can go back and check on Facebook. I mean, people take pictures on Facebook, and you can see that it's public information. They were out there. They were showing their menudo. They had the fire truck. They were posing real nice, pretty pictures and everything. The only pictures I saw of the volunteers of Olga Ramos, Commissioner Precinct 3, and their family. I mean, I never saw their faces, to be honest, because they were too busy pouring water into people's containers and such. But there was resources. If you want to check out our page, we have the story there, and we also have Mr. Ruben Ramos making his comments, and we're just relaying those comments to the community so they are aware. Carlton Kids, Carlton Kid, I'm sorry, from Master Tints and Snack Masters, Tin Masters and Snack Masters. You're gonna be the Eagle Pass fact checkers. Bam, bam. It's not. We're not trying to be like anybody. We're just trying to be the Rising Texan. We're just trying to do ourselves, which I strongly suggest the community does the same. Look within yourself and be yourself, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what someone else thinks about you. You have to live in your own skin. And it took me a long time to realize that myself, I'll be honest. But now that I get a chance to, be happy in my own skin, and this is me, this is something I did not because somebody encouraged me to do it, but because it was something that I saw was needed, and I wanted to do for the community as well. And I think it's long overdue. Like I said, some of the news media does tell us to think a certain way, and I don't agree with that. I strongly disagree with that. I think we're all educated adults, and at the end of the day, you need to come up with your own idea of what you think. I'm just here to give you guys what is happening. Not my opinion, facts. And if I ever give my opinion, please somebody check me. I'm not here to say no, I'm right and you guys don't know what's going on. No. I won't unblock you as long as you're respectful to me. I think the other day somebody fixed my typo, and I said thank you. I mean, sometimes when you're there texting trying to get a story out quicker than the other guy, I mean, I make mistakes, as we all do in this life, right? And I thanked him, and I thank you again for correcting me on my typo. But I strongly feel that you shouldn't be blocked, especially when you're trying to get information from a news media. I mean, I never seen a Fox block anybody, or CNN block anybody. Even though, I mean, we probably wouldn't know, right? But you'll pass news leader. Thank you, Kim Pine. Free Isaac. Unblock me, man. Let's talk. Let's have our own debate on what's facts. I love that. Come on, free me, newsletter. Let's see. Thanks, Kim Pine. I appreciate that. Exactly, because all the thieves are still at large until. Woo! Jose Ramos. It's getting hot in here. Ruben Ramos. Hasta con menudo. I need to get some menudo, bro. I haven't had some in a while. Mm. In real estate, let me see. Janie, what exactly do you mean they are on real estate? What kind of background do you need to have to run for these jobs? Who are you talking about specifically, Janie? That's something that sounds interesting. Let us know. We got about 20 minutes left. Let us know so we can discuss that. Aframayel, let's see. All I know is EP needs new blood. Sorry, guys, getting a little thirsty here. Um, yeah, I do agree, and that's one thing that I do want to encourage the younger crowd. Don't be afraid to put your voice out there. Don't be afraid to run for some of these positions. If you think you have good ideas, you think that the community at large can resonate with your message, I say by all means, hey, run. Now, one thing that I can't stand is when any opponent is it doesn't have any opposition, or anybody running for a position doesn't have opposition. I think we need to have some kind of opposing force, of course, because that's the way democracy is set up, to have several people, and then eventually we do compromises to come out with the best solution for any issue that we have in the community, right? But yeah, Aframayel, yeah, I'm there with you, bro. We do need new blood. We need new families. We need new names out there. We need different people, man. Different people bring different ideas. There's a lot of people out there that may be afraid to voice their opinion, may be worried about ridicule, worry about what people think. Don't worry about what people think. You feel like running? Hey, you get 5 votes. That's 5 votes that someone that doesn't run has. But you'll be able to keep people accountable. That's at the end of the day, that's what government is all about: accountability and transparency, and moving our community forward. That's the main reason I sold my empty lots on Paco and Casales, because they started placing liens on them every year. Mr. Ramos, you're saying a lot of valid points. This is something that we need to talk about. But I don't have anything in front of me to elaborate on that kind of stuff. But yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of stuff that's been doing wrong. I'm trying to dig as much as I can on some of these issues, and if you want to talk about it, and you have proof, you have documents, you have sources, something for us to go on, hey, we're there. You know what I mean? Thank you, and I appreciate you coming up with these concerns. Dior and David, I'm sorry it's lagging. I think some people were having that issue in the beginning. Try logging out and logging back in. I apologize. I'm not sure if it's my Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi, or Facebook, or I'm not sure what it is, but sorry about that. Okay. We have Aframayel. The rising Texan needs more support from the community to shine light on the truth. Yes, guys. At the end of the day, I keep on saying at the end of the day. Let's say something else now. Basically, right now, I've gotten a lot of community support. A lot of people have told me thank you, and God bless you all. It's not easy doing what I'm doing. I am worried about maybe eventually somebody's gonna try to confront me about what I'm trying to do, and that's fine. Like I said, I know myself, and I think that's the most important thing at the end of the day. I know my intentions, and it's to bring you guys, the truth, just to tell you how it is, and I have strong values as far as that goes. I mean, that's why I'm not employed by the city of Eagle Pass anymore. That's why I'm not employed by Maverick County. It's because I was always a person that would speak up. I was always a person that would say, "Hey, something's not right here." And I know working with public entities or in any sector, the person who starts questioning isn't necessarily the person they want to keep around. And that's what I dealt with. For the 13 years I was with the city, um, I had several departments and there was issues and I raised my voice on these issues. Probably the most the last reason that I was there with the city, I had gotten voted as the grievance the grievance committee chair. Thank you for all those that back in the day voted me to be on the grievance committee, and then they voted me to be the chair because I think everybody there understood the values that I had and knew that uh, I would fight for what's right. I mean, if you're doing something wrong, you're doing something wrong. But if something's done wrong to you, there needs to be somebody that defends you. There needs to be somebody that speaks up for you. And in a lot of these public places, I mean, it's a bureaucracy, and let's just go ahead and say they're politically infiltrated. I guess to say it lightly, politically infiltrated, and they have excuse me, they have a lot of people in there that God bless their souls, are aligned with a certain family, a certain politician, and they try to push whatever it is this politician wants. And it's unfortunate. I mean, with the city of Eagle Pass, I did bring close to 500 million. I mean, 500 million. Oh my God, listen to me. 5 million. $5 million dollars in grant funding. Several projects like the Cruz Munoz gymnasium facility. We got 800,000 for that. I did work with Hector Chavez on that. Mr. Chavez, if you're watching, thank you. Thank you for showing me everything that I learned, and I learned a lot from him. And that's how I have these little insights as far as how government runs and different concepts. Now, I didn't get everything from him. I will say there was a lot of other influential people out there that I learned from. But I just did want to say he was one that did help me see things in a different way. Anyways, as we go on, um, they're working in there. You will see that there's a lot of bureaucracy and there's a lot of people that just may not be qualified for positions, may have positions according to politician they're aligned with. And it really is unfortunate because I see a lot of young people that are graduating with masters, that are graduating with bachelors, and they could do a lot of great for our community. And they choose to leave this community because they can't find a job. And it's very difficult, especially if you're doing political hires right now, political favors for buddies or what have you. And our employment rate is, I think, a skyrocket at like 16-18% unemployment rate, like unheard of employment rate in Maverick County. And political hiring right now, like that, like, compadres and stuff. Oh, let's take a moment right there. Let's take a moment right there. Ugh. Political hirings right now with 16-18% of unemployment rate just does not sit well. It doesn't sit well. We need to get qualified people to run qualified jobs. I'll leave it at that. Let's go back to the comments. Edgar Juarez wants us, let me see. Oh, keep it around for another hour. I want you to know it went extremely well for you. Edgar, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Edgar. And we're hoping to have several more. I don't know about the frequency, but at least maybe once a week. And what I really like to do is to go back on the stuff that we put out on a weekly basis and kind of review, because I'll say it again. I want this is community interaction. This Rising Texan, we made it, for you guys. And if there's anything you agree, disagree, or want to hear more of, this is your guys' platform to do it. I'm not gonna block you guys for having opposing. If you don't feel what the story that I put out, like I said again, I try not to put any opinion on it, and if I do, you guys come and check me, and I'll tell you that you're right. I was biased, which we're doing our best not to be here. We don't want to be the Eagle Pass news leader, do we? But sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But that's what we want here. This is the community's platform to hear what they want, what they need to hear from candidates, to get the stories that they need to hear, and to give information that they might know, that's factual and with sources, and get the stories out, spread the information out, because ultimately it's our responsibility to be well informed. And if we're not being well informed by a news media or somebody trying to give us information, accurate information, then we're not going to be able to make these decisions, who to vote for, what opinion to have, or anything like that. And that's what we're doing, and we'll try to keep it as long as we're going. It looks like we've been over 25 viewers, at least over 25. I think I've seen up to like 50. If we keep on having people on, Edgar, yeah, I mean, like I said, I can keep on talking and talking, man. If I take a little more sips of my drink, excuse me, I'm getting a little parched now. It's been going on an hour and a half. Like I said, I'm here for you guys. If you guys want to keep it a little bit longer and go through these comments, I mean, we can. I haven't been able to get to my little cheat sheet, but you guys are doing great, and that's what it's for. It's for the community, for you guys to have your voice heard, spoken of, and I hope whoever is running for any kind of position here, or just the community at large, gets to come back and see these videos, and or at least read the comments and see what you guys need as a community. You need to be heard, and there's certain situations that you want resolved. And I think you guys are brave for putting stuff out here in the comments. And ultimately, you guys commenting are representing the community as a whole. Some people may be working. Some people may not want to post anything in the comments because of who they work for, where they work. And I understand. I've been in in those shoes myself. And I just want to say, thank you. And we'll keep it going as long as we can, Edgar. I'm not tired, so to speak, right now. I can keep on going a little bit longer, but as long as we see enough views, I mean, we don't want to just be out here howling for 3 people, right? But as long as we keep our viewers up and comments going, we'll try our best to keep going. Left the county. Things went back to the Jaime Ramos, Jose Ramos. You're talking about Mr. Jaime Ramos left the county. Back to nepotism that always existed before he was warden. Okay. Jaime Ramos left the county. What position did Jaime Ramos have? Can you elaborate a little bit on that? I see warden here, so I'm assuming sheriff's department maybe. If you can be specific. Okay, hold on. Locked up in an old jail after my rights were violated by EPPD. That's why I was treated as VIP in the county jail after transfer there. Maybe because my primo was warden back in Jaime Rios. Okay. Okay, so you were talking about the county and nepotism. Okay. Specifically, I did work with the sheriff's department as their grant writer for about a year. I'm not too sure about, I mean, other than the obvious one that I think all of us out there in the sheriff's department, yeah. I'm not sure. I would have to. When you buy a router on Wish, huh? I actually have a Blackhawk router, and it's right there. It's one of those nice ones. It cost me about $200. It has the 3 little poking out things. I don't know if you're familiar, but if you want to Google El Caguamas or Caguamas or whatever, if you want to go ahead and Google Blackhawk router, That's the kind that I have. They're actually pretty good. Um, okay, Mr. Ramos, me and you need to talk after this live. We want to give a we need to talk about some of this information that you're putting out to us. Um, Yeah, I'm getting from the very beginning, Carlton kid. When we started, I think it was a few people were mentioning that some were lagging. It may be mine. Like I said, I do have a Blackhawk router. I have a Spectrum 200, 400. I have the business speed Spectrum. So I don't know if it's that or maybe I need to straight connect my internet, my iMac straight with the internet cord for my next live. I'll do that. I'll promise you guys that. But if you log in and log back out, I think that's resolved some of the issues. And I apologize if it is me on my end. Like I said, I do have a Blackhawk, which is it's a pretty good router. But next time we won't do it on Wi-Fi. Next time I'll go ahead and straight connect the internet to my computer. That way it's direct cable speed into the computer. But yeah, I apologize for that. This is my first live, so I didn't think it was gonna be too much of a lag on that. So I apologize, and we'll do better the next time. Thanks for letting us know though. Okay. Cuate Villa, you got it. Haircut plug. Thank you for watching, man. We have a Jose Estrada mentioning about nepotism. No es, um, yeah, there is a certain thing about nepotism. What I've seen, what they kind of do to alleviate that is put them. Let's say if it would be nepotism with a commissioner or a county judge, they kind of shuffle the departments up and put him under this one and this one under that one. So little slide of the hand to where you isn't technically a nepotism, but I mean, yeah, I mean, you got a lot of likes or reactions to your comments, so I mean, that pretty much kind of tells you si hay algo ahí pasando. Queremos tratar de enseñarle a la gente de lo que está pasando en nuestra comunidad, ¿verdad? José Estrada, tratamos, si tiene algo específicamente lo que usted cree que está pasando, mándalos un mensaje, un mensaje por Facebook y si podemos a ver lo que podemos hacer, lo que podemos encontrar directamente. Again, with Jose Estrada, if you guys have anything, something like that you want us to take a look at, give us a little bit of, guidance on that, a little bit of evidence, a little bit, anything you guys have, and we can absolutely check up on it for you. We'll go ahead and see if we can find anything and we'll report back because, again, we're in news media for the community and for the people in our community. Paco Jr., yes, you're absolutely right. Some cop sheriffs need to be reminded about being saying please, good morning, having proper social skills, right? Being cognizant of other people's feelings, others people's being just being friendlier, right? I would say it's not necessarily just the cops, just the sheriffs, but I think a community as a whole, we need to kind of be a little nicer to each other. I know, I mean, I'm real old fashioned. I still kind of hold the doors for the old ladies struggling. I mean, even for some guys that are carrying a bunch of stuff, I always try to hold the doors. I always try to say good morning to somebody if it's in the morning early and I see them walking by. Hey, good morning, how you doing? Um, A good fact about that is that doesn't happen very much here in Eagle Pass. I've lived in other places, worked in other places. Most recently in the city of Del Rio, and I'll be walking down, and I'm not used to this because I lived most of my life here in Eagle Pass, and people will just tell you good morning. You know, people you don't know, never seen, never spoke to, and hey, good morning. You thought you would think they're telling somebody behind you or something, but no. It's it's just, yes, you're right. Be a little bit friendlier, but I don't think it's just necessarily cops or sheriffs. I think all of us need to be a little bit nicer, a little bit friendlier, more approachable. You know, just because a guy is looking at you or staring at you doesn't mean necessarily he wants to fight you or doesn't like you. Tell him hello, tell him hi, tell him good morning, tell him, hey, what's going on, man? Did you see the podcast or the live video of the Rising Texan? You know, tell him something nice. That goes for sheriffs, cops, anybody in our community. Tomorrow morning, you see somebody, say good morning. All right. Okay. Team Eagle Pass fact checker. Hey, car kid, thank you. Let's see. In Harris County, about the city. Okay, let's scroll down here. Let's scroll down here. Thank you, Debbie Nieto. We appreciate it. Thank you, Jose Ramos. Appreciate it. Janie, everything's good. You're able to hear. He was accounting. What the city needs to do is replace the stop sign above, bro. Let's see. All right. Well, I hope they take a look at some of these comments, the city and the county. Let's see. I think I reached the end of the comments. One thing I want to see if anybody wants to comment about the recent EDA grant that the city received, where they received $3.5 million to renovate a city-owned building. 3.5 million towards that for a business incubator. Great idea. I think a business incubator, talks for a business incubator goes back all the way to when I was a grant administrator there. I remember being in talks with some of the council, some of the other directors where we were talking about that. And it never got around to never got around to getting done, right? But now we actually have a grant that's going to do a business incubator, and I think, don't get me wrong, I think it's a great idea. It's just it's hard for me to swallow that pill of 3.5 million to go into a city-owned building to create only 35 jobs. In the current situation we're in with the pandemic, there's a lot of buildings in Main Street that are dilapidated and they need to be reconstructed. There's a lot of business out there hurting right now since the bridge is closed down to residents from Mexico shopping over here in the United States, mainly in the downtown area, because that's where a lot of them aren't familiar with other areas other than the bigger shopping centers, maybe Walmart, the mall, and downtown. So businesses are hurting right now. And the post we put, again, we don't want to give you your own opinion about it. But if you check other cities, other entities that applied for this funding from EDA, they're talking about 50 plus jobs. They're talking about investing on infrastructure. They're talking about revolving funds to loan businesses funding to get back on their feet. And right now, I mean, I'm a small business myself. Elevator Project Group Incorporated, our grant consulting company. And, I've been really restricted with, I'm not able to go to other places to try to look for more clients. I do want to give a shout out to the water district, Maverick County Water Control and Improvement District, number one. We're working out there with them right now. We just applied for some funding, $80,000 to fix some infrastructure. That's one thing that nobody's telling you right now, or nobody's talking about. I just want to commend the Maverick County Water Control and Improvement District number one. Um, these guys are focused on looking for funding for infrastructure needs, basic infrastructure needs that benefit the community as a whole. Now, we have projects out in the city, again, with this EDA grant that's kind of focused on renovating a city owned building. Yes, it's a business incubator. They're going to be able to have businesses in there, startups, and everything like that. But when they renovate the building, you're talking about 2 or 3 years till they renovate the building. We don't know where we're going to be at that time. So to me, I mean, right now, as with the experience that I have in my community, knowing my community because I am from this community, um, I mean, I've seen businesses shutting down. Businesses are struggling out there. The businesses are still rising to the call whenever we're in emergency situations, just like last week. Why not invest in our community? Invest in our infrastructure. Now, there's another project that's out. Making its way through Maverick County, the government entity Maverick County, for a pavilion at the lake, a $3 million pavilion at the lake. During a time that we have a pandemic, I mean, businesses, they need help. Businesses need help. And that's what we, I mean, that's what I try to push a lot is small businesses, community small businesses. Um, right now they're closing the door. Unfortunately, if you see what's happening in the bigger scale, a lot of bigger corporations, bigger businesses, what are they doing? They're laying people off. Small businesses, they're trying to hire more people here locally, you know? And I think that's something that we need to take a look at and recognize. And I was just wishing that maybe the city or the county would come up. I think they did have, minimal grants, small grants available, but $2,000, $3,000, it goes a long way, but that doesn't hire anybody. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Now they applied for this $3.5 million grant. They received it, and they're saying they're going to bring 35 jobs. Some of these small businesses out here, if you do the math, so 3.5 million for only 35 jobs, that's 100,000 per job. 100,000 per job. So it's taking the city $100,000 of investment to make one job. Now just think about that math. It does not make any sense. Now, not that it doesn't make any sense. It's just it's a hard pill to swallow. How are you taking 100,000 and just getting one job? Now, you can try to give 100,000 to one business. I mean, you give 100,000 to my business. I'm turning out 5, 6 jobs on my own. And in case the city wants to reconsider and send 100,000 this way to Elevator Project Group, I'll have 5 to 10 employees ready to write grants in this county, in this city, like that. Not one job. I mean, let's just look at the math, right? And that's what I'm trying to not necessarily push down and convince you of anything, but just make you think of in a different, mindset. Because most of the time we read these articles that they give us, and we're just we accept it. We accept it at their word. We accept, hey, yeah, okay, good job. But do the math on these things. 3.5 million, 35 jobs. I mean, I don't know if there's any small businesses here still watching, but I'm sure they would love to have one of those jobs that they got, the 100,000 per job. Give them 100,000 and just watch how many jobs they'll turn out like that. Okay. That's one of the things that I wanted to bring up. Let's go back to these comments. I see we got some new ones. Rolando Fortes, I hope you get the candidates to debate to see what ideas are bringing to the table. Thank you, Rolando. We did get a confirmation from, I did say it before, we did get a confirmation from Rolando Salinas. He'll be available for us on the first week of April. We have yet to hear back at all from incumbent Mayor Luis C. Fuentes. We're hoping to hear back from him. Like I said, I'll talk again a little bit about it. I talked about it in the beginning. We're trying to bring a different type of format where the community at large can send us the questions they want to hear, or the questions that they want answered, so we can ask these potential, mayor candidates, potential city council place for candidates, and ask them the questions you guys want to know. I have my own questions that I'm curious to ask them, right? But I think that if you guys want to ask the questions, you guys are the community at large. You guys deserve to get any kind of question you guys want to ask. I mean, as far as I go, I am not gonna tell anybody I interview, or if it's an interview or a debate, I'm not gonna give them any tip or any news or any of these questions beforehand, because I think that anybody can study for a test and pass. The true test is whenever you present them right then and there, and we'll see how much they're really knowledgeable about what it is the issues are here, and how much they really care, and how much, I guess, just basically their knowledge of what it is that's gonna come about, what kind of projects they want to bring, what kind of vision they have. That's very important. The vision they have for our community that's coming out in the future, what they think they want to do here. And it's important because you want them to be accountable to you, the voter, and ultimately we want them to carry out our vision as the ones who are voting for these people. So if their vision resonates with the vision of the community, then they may be the best pick. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll say it again. Rolando Salinas did call the Rising Texan. He did confirm for the first week of April, and where he did say whether incumbent Mayor Luis C. Fuentes does want to debate, whether or not he will be with us on the Rising Texan, and he will be willing to field questions. So guys, our email, therisingtexan@gmail.com. Our WhatsApp, send us your questions. The WhatsApp's 830-968-3419. Go ahead and send it us, or you can send it to us through Facebook message. You can let us know what you want to ask these people. They're running for positions that are going to decide the next 40 years of our community. So you need to ask these questions that you want these people to let you know what it is they're thinking. What's their vision for our community in the future, for the next 4 years. Thank you for your comment. I do volunteer independent. Thank you, Jose Ramos. Yeah, Paco. I mean, it's true, and I've seen that. Whenever I worked in Del Rio, I mean, like I said, I've gotten people that I didn't know that will say, "Hey, what's up?" or "Good morning," or "Hey, how you doing?" Things like that. Being courteous. I can't speak for everybody in the community, but maybe some people have other things going on, or thoughts in their mind that they're not able to give you a good morning, anything like that. But you're right. Let's try tomorrow morning to be a little more courteous to each other. We did just survive a disaster, unprecedented snowfall here in Eagle Pass, Texas. And let's just be a little nicer to each other. Thanks for your comments. Guys, it's we're running about 144, an hour and 44 minutes. Wow, I didn't think this live was gonna go that long. Unless somebody has something in the comments that they want to talk about. I just want to go ahead and thank everybody for tuning in. whether you were in and out. If I had a bad connection, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. The next thing I'll do for our next live, whenever it may be, I'll go ahead and straight internet connected to the computer, go straight cable into the computer. That way I don't have to rely on Wi-Fi. And that may be some of the problems. They may be some of your Wi-Fi, maybe both contributing factors there. But we'll take care of that for the next. I will take care of that for the next show we have, or the next live we do. Um, Again, I want to say that thank you. This Rising Texan news thing that we're doing, it's in its infancy. It's a project right now, but I want to thank for everybody's support. I've gotten a lot of support through messages in the comments today. And guys, honestly, if it wasn't for your support, I probably would have moved on to something else. But I do see that you guys appreciate what we're trying to do, and that's just get the word out to the community, the truth, like our culture says, lo que es, no más lo que es, and that's what this is about. I don't want to force feed you guys anything. Anytime I do any live or speak about anything on Facebook, my personal page, of course, is different than the Rising Texan. The Rising Texan is a different standard than my own, personal page. But the Rising Texan will always try to give you everything, the truth, and with the facts there, a link to where we found the information, a screenshot, a source. I think that's very important in a news, because out there you'll get, again, news telling you stuff and they don't have any documentation, any backup support, and it's just a lack of integrity. What it comes down to is a lack of integrity, and as a news media outlet, you need to have that integrity. You need to be able to not your stories can't be for sale. I guess basically, uh, it is what it is. We're not here to get rich off this thing. I mean, money's not real to me. It's just it's just a vector to exchange services, man, and it's not. You shouldn't be able to be bought with money. As a news media source, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Jose Ramos, the Ramos Rising Texan sounds better. No, no, no. I mean, like I mentioned, this is not tooting my horn. I'm not involved with anybody. I'm not doing this because somebody said go do this thing, or because somebody's giving me money to do this thing. I have my values. I have my integrity, and that's something that since I worked with the city, I worked with the county, and I think my values and my integrity is one thing that can't be bought. My services, of course, my services are available, but my integrity is another thing, and that to me means a lot more than any amount of dollar sign. And that's what we want to bring you. We don't want to bring you stories that people buy. At the end, at the end of the day, we're not here to make a buck off the stories we give you. We're here to give you what it is, how it is, and you guys make your opinion about it at the end of the day, right? Well, this has gone pretty long enough, guys. I want to thank y'all one more time. Support your small businesses, please, and be on the lookout for our small business initiative activities. We're gonna have several stuff where we go out there and we're gonna interview some of these small businesses in our community. There's some of these small businesses that have been out here 25 years, 20 years, 10 years. And a lot of us may know the businesses, but we may not know the history. We may not know what's going on with them or how they were made, what inspired these people to be brave and daring to dive into a small business sector like that, and that's what I want to go ahead and I want to bring also with the small businesses. So be on the lookout for that. If you are a small business, let me know. I will be happy to be out there at your location. We can set up an interview so you can let the public know, hey, this is how we were created. This is why we created our business. This is what we're doing out here. And I think that just goes a long way as far as creating a connection between community and small business, which at the end of the day, we run everything, guys. The community and small businesses, we run everything. We hold everybody accountable. We're able to support each other. And if you need evidence of that, this past week, evidence enough. Well, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night, guys. We're nearing 2 hours already. Man, I can talk, huh? I want to thank y'all. If you tuned in now, if you're still tuned in right now, if you tuned in later and left, hey, no problem. This video is gonna be up there on Facebook. If you want to go ahead and cut through or whatever and check out any other portion of it, I try to do the best job I can. This was my first time, so please bear with me, or thank you for bearing with me, actually, since we're already at the end of this thing. But thanks for your support. I appreciate it. We're going to have a lot more. Please, if you haven't already, like, share our page. We're trying to reach as many people in the community as possible, just to spread our message, spread our word, and have more of these talks with the people so they're aware of what's going on in our community. And hopefully we're able to have this debate where it's a whole new type of level of interaction, a whole new level of interaction with our elected officials. That way, where you guys set the tone and ask the questions you want to be answered. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all have a nice night. Good night. And I hope y'all have a good morning tomorrow. It's gonna be Wednesday. It's midweek, hump day. So get after it, guys. This is the Rising Texan, Isaac Reese. We love y'all. Good night. Y'all ain't gotta go home, but we gotta get out of here. We'll see y'all. Does anybody know how to stop this live? Okay, hold on. There you go. We'll see y'all later, guys.